Hello everybody, Justin from Lucky 8 Off-Road, and today I'm going to show you how to install arguably the best cargo door table for the new Defender. This table is from our friends at Mud. It is stainless steel. It is awesome. I'll stop yapping and start installing. Cue the intro. The first thing you're going to want to do is put your little corners on. They slide in like so. I'll bring the camera in, but essentially we're going for a nice finished look here. There's some screws, you screw it in. Like I said, it slides in like so. You can see the little screw locations, tighten them down with the Phillips. I'll bring the camera in when I'm doing it and you can see. Just slides in like so. Finishes off the metal real nice, and then there is a handful of these little screws that line up with the screw holes. You just pop them in, 1, 2, and 3 on the back. I already did this side, so there you go. That's what it looks like when it's done. With both bottom pieces installed, I'm moving on to the top. There's also these little plastic pieces in the kit that you opened up to get the bottom ones, little finisher pieces, and they fit on like so. If you're looking at it, it's got this little hook portion. That is to the back, and it will line up with 2 holes in the top and 1 in the side. Get your dexterity fingers ready. These are these little screws that we got to put in. The longer of the screws goes through the outside here like so. Oh. And then the shorter ones, come on now, don't make me look bad. I can do that myself. Like I said, and then the shorter ones are going to go through the top. I'll bring the camera in so you can see it, but it is a little bit of a test of your dexterity. They did send us, I dropped it. They did send us the, oh, here it is, the little torque, so you can tighten them down and then use a wrench or just a pair of pliers on the other side. Okay, let's get these on. I know I said Torx, but I meant a Allen wrench they send you, and had a Steel Corbin's Lego wrench here. It's a 5.5 millimeter. I've put one of the screws through. Remember, this little hooky part goes in the back. I'm going to line that up. I'm going to get the next short screw, put that in place. All right, you kind of, as you can see, got to wiggle it around a little bit. And here's the longer one that goes through the side. Perfect. Next up is put the nuts on. I'm going to use the wrench. And here is what it looks like all done. Little bolt going through with the nuts, side piece, little widget towards the back and the front. Keep in mind, do not want to over tighten these. It's just a piece of plastic. If you show everybody how strong you are, you will definitely crack it and break it. Moving right along, we want to put these little rubber bumpers in. They go here, 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 and here. Set them like so. You're going to use a 16 mil long Torx that comes with it. Goes through the back with a washer on top. Come here, little washer. So we want the torque through the back. Oh boy. Oh boy again. I'll bring the camera in when I stop dropping stuff. Let's try this again. There's the Torx. It's a T30 Torx socket that you need. We're going to put that through the back. We're going to then drop the washer on top of it, and then get our little rubber baby buggy bumper. Tighten that up. And then you don't need to go kung fu bananas. Just give it a good twist or two. Not going anywhere. For the next step, you're going to want to find this plunger. It's black plastic, got some threads on it, and it goes like so. And you're going to want to find this nut. It's got a 13 mil wrench that goes with it. Well, you're going to need to supply your 13 mil wrench. And we're going to stick the plunger through the hole in the top. Let's see if I drop anything. We'll put the nut on the back side. You're then going to be able to pull up the little plunger. Put your 10 mil on it, 13 mil on the back. I suppose you could use a socket back here. Now that I'm thinking about it, socket's probably the right way to go, but I'm committed to these wrenches. And tighten it down. Really nice plunger. Okay, moving on to the next step. Next up, you're going to want to find all of your plastic spacers and sort them. You're going to notice there's large, medium, and small. For the next step, we are going to use the large and the medium. The small ones are how you use the table to open and close it on the little hinge area. So let's start with the large. I'll show you where they go. Now that we've identified the spacers, I'll show you where they go. The large ones go on the bottom and the medium ones go here on the side. At this point, you're going to want to pull all of your Torx out, the factory ones. They are also T30. We're going to get all of these out and we're going to align the table with the spacers in place. That's going to be a tricky bit. If you got a friend that can be probably very useful right now to help you align them, but I'm going to bust out my last 2 Torx and try to put the table on. Before we get any further putting this on, I should point out mud supplies. Well, where are they in my little box of doom? Obviously it supplies the longer Torx, the plastic spacers we've already looked at, but these little tiny washers that go on the end, you kind of push them on and it'll hold the plastic spacer in place. I was in the middle of installing them and I thought I might want to bring that up and let you guys know. That way it'll help hold these in place as you're putting the frame on the door. Okay, I'm going to get back to it. Next up, we're going to get it on the door. With the back plate attached, we are really getting close. Next up, you need to find the table. It's going to be covered in little plastic wrap. It's basically a big sticker. You can get a razor in there or your knife, or your fingernail. It's going to take some time, but you want to work this off. And some of the tables have writing on it. We'll get to that part at the end. So I'm going to get this off and I'll show you how to install it next. With the sticker off, you kind of slide it into place like so. I've done that side just so it'll balance for me. You're going to want to get your 16 mil long Torx. We're going to put it through. Remember those 2 extra spacers? We want those. We're going to sandwich the spacer between the stainless steel part and the trim piece. We're then going to use another plastic washer and an an M8 nut on the other side. Get that in place like so. All right, don't tighten anything up yet, just get it hand tight because we're going to move on to the bracket. Next, when it's all done, I'll bring the camera in so you can kind of get a better feel for how it all aligns. Okay, on to the hinge portion. This is what the hinge looks like. It has the sticker on it. You want to pull it off. They go like this. The little flat surface goes on the top. The hinge is on the inside of the stainless tray portion and on the outside of the backing portion. We're putting a plastic washer in between the hinge and the bottom of the tray. The bolt goes out. So Torx bolt, plastic washer. Oh, got that backwards. Plastic washer. Pretty good with this. That's why you're watching them. All right, like that. And plastic washer, like so. I'm going to put a nut on it. Not going to tighten this down yet. We're going to do the top portion. Torx is going to go through. We're going to then use the Torx right stainless support right through the back plate, plastic washer on the inside, stainless spacer, and the nut. Okay. Everything's in place. We can now tighten it. These will take some fiddling around with. You want them tight enough that they don't move side to side, but not too tight that you're constantly fighting it. So it should kind of just go up and down with not anything loose. Like this one's just a tad loose. See, now that's gone. This is going to work perfect. Mud gives us some awesome little caps to clean up the finish here. And whoop. There we go. I got one more. All right. I moved a lot of stuff around. I'll find that last one. Now it is time to move to the final step. All right. The final step, time to put in the cutting board. Slides in. So notice it'll go all the way into the vehicle, or you can slide it out past. I like this option a lot because if it's windy and it's crappy out, you can work on it right here. Okay, last tips and tricks. People were asking about the writing. We just get a little brake cleaner and that'll come off. I'll show you it and then we're gonna close this video out. To get the writing off, all you need is a little bit of brake clean, a dab like that, and you just, boom, wipe it up, comes right off. I'll bring the camera in and show you. So we've been getting a lot of questions about how do we get this off, and it's so easy. Well, there you have it, the mud table install video. One thing I want to point out, or a couple things about this table that makes it so awesome, are these little rubber bumpers. It'll hold the, as it pushes up, the bumpers are going to catch the holes in here, which is going to keep your cutting board from moving. It's also going to stop it from rattling. Very, very impressed with the table. There's a bottle opener. You know what? I'll, as we close out the video, I'll show some of the stuff up close. All right, guys. Hope it helped, and I'll see you on the next one.